Kindly introduce yourself to us.
Yes, my name is Chux Williams Okeke.
Can you enlighten us about your growing up, your upbringing?
it's quite a journey. I was born in Edo State, to then Bendel State. My parents were living there, so at the end of the day, we came back to the east, Anambra State precise, Nanka, that's my town, and I had to spend some time in Nanka and then traveled back to Edo State with my uncle, Chief Damian Okeke, Mazogene, the immediate past vice president of Hanese Ndibo. So we studied there together, where I grew up with him, went to secondary school there, Our Lady of Fatima College, Auchi, and then from there proceed to the Polytechnic there, where I studied public admin.
Okay, can you tell us more about yourself? Like, do you have a title?
Yes, I do. My tattoo name, I was given tattoo by my town. I was nominated to be given the Okanume of Nanka by our traditional ruler Igwe Godwin Ezekunia, Obuwan of Nanka.
Kindly tell us about your businesses.
Yes, as a Nigerian, you cannot major in one particular business, no, otherwise you have some challenges. I'm into automobiles. That's where what I started with when I left school. Then I'm into winery too, wine and spirits, and so on and so forth. Whatever comes in, you do. I'm into properties too.
So, how long have you been running these ventures?
Yes, I worked before with a finance house. After that, I worked with Patpol Motors, where I got the knowledge of automobile business. So I resigned from Patpol Motors in 2009, then floated mine in 2010, where I am today. So almost 16 years of my personal business runner.
Okay. So, what has been the challenges so far?
Challenges is enormous, especially the economy, the government policies, and so many other economic disadvantages that is associated with African economy or Nigerian economy either. But so far so good. When one door closes, the other one will definitely open. So that's been the resilience why we are still in business.
Between the auto business and the spirit business, which one is more profitable to you?
Yes, automobile is a good business, irrespective of the challenge we are facing at work presently by customs and other things. But then the other arm of business is just to make the work grow up and manage the little challenges that may come as a matter of daily expenses and other things. So that's how it goes. Both of them are good business. Depends on the volume and how you're able to source your materials and distribute.
So, what about you talk about real estate? How do you venture and when did you venture into it?
Yes, I'm still new in that area. Still trying to get my onions there. Right now, the challenge is high because almost all well-to-do entrepreneurs are into the business. So the best way to eat is to key in with those that are big players and you move along. So far, I'm partnering with about two other big companies like Jacob Overseas, Ezudo, Nanka, and some other property man owners.
You appear to hold dual citizenship. What informed that decision?
Yes, actually, I started my journey overseas very early. When I got married, I had to venture into taking my kids abroad for holidays, so many places, UK, Schengen countries, and all that, Dubai, and so on. So finally, we decided to end it up in the United States. So what inspired me was I actually needed the kids to have a better background of upbringing than what I went through. That what inspired me, and that was why I went for it.
So, if you are left to choose either US and Nigeria, so you will definitely choose US over here.
No, Nigeria is my country, and America is just to build up a profile. There's no place like home because after the rain, sun must definitely shine. The economy is bad today does not mean it's going to be bad tomorrow. So I strongly believe in the future of Nigeria.
But there is this, common narrative that training children abroad tends to take them to the left. So, how do you tend to cushion uh, that notion from coming to reality?
Yes, normally because of environment. Because of environment, most kids that have such challenges could be as a result of family background. I'm a Christian to the core, and I practice it, and I imbibe Christianity into my children. So far, so good. They're not doing badly. They're still following God because with God, all things are possible. Even in Nigeria here, we still have challenges bringing children up with the advent of colos and all illicit drugs of all sorts. Uh, I still strongly believe that overseas, bringing kids overseas, if you are careful, will give them age over so many challenges of economy. You understand? And I will not tell what happened to Mr. A and classify what will happen to Mr. B. All fingers are not equal. Why our God has different ways He sees us through. But so far, so good. I still know some kids brought up in the US that are doing very well here in Nigeria. Some of them have even invested in some of our big boys you hear about out there. So we pray that the narrative should be positive.
Do you plan bringing them back to Nigeria to take over your empire or build their own empires in Nigeria, or are they still going to be there and do their life?
I have very small family of one boy, two girls. They all have their destinies on their palm. All I do is to push them and pray for them to succeed in wherever they venture into. They were here last year. They usually come. They are coming again this December. So that's the only way you will be turning their head in and out so that they will know they have a genesis where they came from.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
But what inspired your entrepreneurial journey, and how has the experience been so far?
Yes, what inspired me was people I look up to. Fine, school is good, but sometimes you may end up having some little challenge while integrating yourself into the society of businessmen. And again, when you have friends that are doing well in business, you try to monitor the areas, how they started, and where they are aiming to end up. So that's what actually inspired me from working for somebody to start my own business.
Could you share your philosophy of life?
Yes, I could. My philosophy of life is a normal one, just like every other person. I see life as you get what you plant, and you cannot plant corn and expect yam. So I try at every point of my life to be upright to the best of my knowledge, and I advise every other person that is my friend or my associate, to follow suit because life itself is a very strong journey. But you enjoy it when you are not too horrendous, when you are not too busy with life, when you are not too busy with getting everything, because you can never get everything. So greedy nature, if you shun it, you go a long way in life.
What core values define you as a person?
Yes, I'm an extrovert to the core, and I socialize very well. It gives me joy to be in company of people. With that, at my age, I've not had blood pressure. I've not had any form of life-threatening ailment. Probably as a result of the way I take the life to be. To me, it's not do or die. Any journey you cannot continue, you retreat. And that's the only way your journey on earth will be as smooth as you plan it to be.
Can it be one of the reasons why you choose the title Okanume?
This is one of the reasons to get it right because I believe I believe whatever you cannot do, don't even. There's no harm in trial, though. But don't make it a point of that if you don't get it, somebody will die. Doesn't go that way. To me, oh, I persevere, I try, I strive. But when you cannot get it, don't do it by all means. That's me. So Onyeka, yeah, man.
Yeah. As an executive member of the Elite Diamond Club, could you briefly explain what the club represents?
Yes, I was the image maker of the club for 9 years. And I've been in the executive of Elite Diamond since inception. And I must tell you, if you're not in elite, you are floating when it comes to social clubbing. The background of the members are Trojan, something you want to key into. You understand? It is not competition. There are too many other clubs that are heavy names and all that. But at the end of the day, Akofecha Ogadalao. Elite remains the club you come in, the rich, the poor, the medium, eat together. No discrimination. Brothers, it's like more of a brotherhood club where if I'm owing, Mr. B may even cushion my bill without telling me he has done it. When you come, they say, they've paid for you. It can only happen in Elite. No other club can do it. Since the inception of Elite Diamond, we have not deleted members from the platform. Even when we default, even when we have some shortfalls in revenue and all that, we still move on. You understand? Because we are like Ukwaza. When we are together, we achieve more. That's it. That's the motto of the club.
What impact has the club made on its members and the wider society?
Good question. The club itself is like every other non-profitable organization. But the impact so far is that it pushes us to thrive and to work hard in order to meet up with the challenges that is associated with social club. Financial challenges. We travel almost every month to the east for one occasion or the other, especially burial of our mothers and fathers. So, and all these things are associated with money. I don't think anybody will be comfortable if you don't have money and remain in social club. So the impact is that it has pushed so many members to be strong in whatever they are doing and to be committed in business so that we'll be able to cushion whatever challenges that comes financially.
So, what about, is there any project, like you say, it's a non-government organization? Is there any project that the society, like a CSR, the society has benefited from the club so far?
Yes, we are more of charitable club than every other club in Nigeria. As at 2008, 2000, as at 2 years ago, our budget for arm giving was about 45 million, which we distributed to different challenge houses, motherless babies, old people's home, and prisons, and so on and so forth. Those are the initiatives of our executives that is championed by the current president, Chief Charles with changing Nokwa. So, with that level of commitment in the society, I think with time, the club will do better. And again, the club is handling a very strong genetic structure somewhere on the island, which is governing millions and millions, billions of naira. And it is the members that are powering the finance. So that's one of the reasons why when you see every elite member, he'll be trying to meet up. He'll be shining because we have future. It's not all about drinking or galavanzing. Yes, we do that, but with caution.
How long has the club been in existence?
Yes, the club took off as Elite Diamond in 2008, stroke 9. That was the initial, our initial outing. The first initial outing was 2009 as Elite Diamond Progressive Social Club of Nigeria. So from 2010, we had a leader as a person of Chief Ogong Dewu. He was our first president, whom I served as PRO under him. Then after him, Chief Livinus Anibog Butugo Ekulada took over. And I still maintained as the image maker of the club. So and finally, the current president emerged, and I continued as secretary, assistant secretary to the executive secretary of the club. So I've been in the executive arm of the club since inception.
Okay. Could you tell us a bit about your family?
Yes,
Okay, you've said
my
it.
nuclear family, my extended family, we're average. I'm from a family of 6, 4 boys and 2 girls. Though I've lost a few of them, but we are still remaining 3 now. But in my nuclear family, I have just 3 children. I and my wife, so we are 5. I think God has been kind to us.
How do you relax or unwind after a demanding day?
Just the way you see me, I love football. I'm an Arsenal fan. And now that we are doing well in the Premiership and every other challenges, Challenge Cup and the other things, I think I'm winning well because it's giving me hope each minute. Yes.
So I can say that is your hobby.
Yes, I love football.
Okay. Are there any other projects or initiative you would like the audience to know about?
Yes. Initiative, yes. Project, yes. These are good things. But there's no project without finance. That's the primary reason why every man has ideas. They say that in the grave is where you have the most intelligent people. They never developed it for one reason or the other. So the idea is that if you inculcate people in your organization, people are like minded, I think you go far. I will advocate that people should try to be having what they call community business like sincere ones. So not after joining business, trouble will come out, challenges and fight and all that. So there are so many ways people can build businesses.
So we
But
should,
the greatest thing in business is sincerity. And when you are sincere, sky is your limit. Because it's only through trust that somebody can entrust billions of business on your hand with hope of gathering returns. So that's always our motto in automobile business. If you are not careful, you can't do it.
so it's more like you are big on collaborations now.
Yes, in every business, collaboration is the bedrock. It is the principle of business. If you are not representing a product, you'll be representing manufacturer. And those are the areas where you grow without money. That's where that integrity I'm talking about comes in.
As a nominee for the Eminent Man of the Year award in the entrepreneur category, what does this recognition mean to you?
It is a big plus to my profile to stand before Eminent, one of the leading magazines, social magazines in the country. And in the past, they've had so many beautiful strong entrepreneurs they display on their magazine that is enthusiastic that every other person will want to be associated with. So, once I was called upon, I grabbed it with two hands and thank God that I was nominated.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.